How the movement of plates leads to the folding and faulting of rocks. The Earth's crust is divided into segments of land masses called plates, and these plates are constantly moving in different directions, creating the three types of plate boundaries. We have convergent boundaries where plates are moving towards each other, and the divergent boundaries where plates are moving away from each other, and the transform fault boundary where plates are sliding past each other. This movement leads to the deformation of the Earth's crust, creating folds and faults in rocks. What is geologic fault? Fault is defined as a bend in rock due to compressional forces, and faults are created when two plates that make up the Earth's crust collide. Faults are most visible in rocks that contain layering. Rocks deforming plastically under compressive stresses crumpled into folds depending on the rock materials. They do not return to their original shape. Deformation happens slowly if the rocks experience more stress, and they may undergo more folding. And we have types of folds: the monocline, anticline, and syncline. Monocline. Monocline is a simple bend in the rock layers so that they are no longer horizontal. It looks like a single step. The older rocks are found at the bottom of the monocline, and the newer ones are on top. Second is the anticline. Anticline is a fold that arcs upward, and the rocks dip away from the center of the fold. The top of the arc is called crust. The oldest rocks are at the center of the anticline, and the youngest are draped over them. Sometimes these older rocks become exposed. If it's fairly round, it is called a dome. Lastly is the syncline. Syncline is a fold that bends downward. This kind of fold center is called a hunch. Unlike monocline and anticline, new rocks are at the center and old rocks are at the outside. What is fault? Fault is a fracture or zone of fractures between two blocks of rocks. Faults allow the blocks to move relative to each other. This movement may occur quickly in a form of an earthquake or may occur slowly in a form of grip. And we have types of faults. We have normal fault, reversed fault, and strike-slip fault. Normal fault occurs when the crust is being pulled apart, in which the overlying or the hanging wall block moves down with respect to the lower or the footwall block. Second is the reversed fault, which occurs when the crust is being compressed, in which the hanging wall block moves up over the footwall block. Lastly, the strike-slip fault. It is a deep slip fault in which the dip of the fault plane is vertical. Strike-slip faults results from shear stresses. So the causes of folding and faulting are the natural forces that exist in the Earth's crust. Now let us discuss what is stress and strain. Stress refers to the force applied to an object. And we have types of stress. First is decompression, second is tension, third is shearing. Compression is a force acting perpendicular to and towards a surface. It happens when rocks squeezes together, causing rock to fold or fracture. Compression pushes a rock together. Tension refers to a force acting perpendicular and away from a surface. Tension is a major type of stress at divergent plate boundaries, and tension stretches the rock. As when rocks that are pulled apart, they are under tension. Rocks under tension lengthen or break apart. Shearing. So, shear refers to a force acting parallel to a surface. So, when forces are parallel but moving in opposite direction, shearing stress occur. And this kind of stress is common in transform fold boundaries. Strain is the change in solid's shape caused by the application of a stress. Depending on a solid, a given stress might cause a great or small strain. Rocks only strain when placed under stress. We have also kinds of rock deformation. First is the elastic deformation. This happens when the rock returns to its original shape when the stress is removed. Second is the plastic deformation, which takes place when the rock does not return to its original shape when the stress is removed. Lastly, the fracture, which happens when the rock breaks because of too much stress.